I bought Vico in the Hong Kong PlayStation Network store, and it hasn't made its way to all territories on the PlayStation Network or other stores either. So its sequel has, though. So if you're looking for something around Vico or Vico 2, hopefully this video will give you some idea of what you're letting yourselves in for, because it's a good game with a lot of problems, but ultimately quite addictive at the same time. Vico is a spin on an avoid 'em up with Pacman elements to it. You play as Vico the small dragonfish, and each world or level that you inhabit is a spherical one. It's an underwater bubble, and you travel around the surface collecting various different flowers. Flowers blossom out in 2 waves. Your first wave will be pink flowers, and once you've collected all of those, you'll then get to collect yellow flowers. And once you've collected all of those, the level ends and you move to the next one. However, everything around you, apart from these flowers, wants to kill you, so you need to avoid them at all costs. And this is the beauty of this spherical gameplay. So you'll have sharks swimming around, doing their own little loops around you. You'll have frogs on lily pads. There'll be squid splashing like their tentacles around, or octopus, sorry. And then you've got also fish that are under the surface who will then come up and try and like snap at you if you go over the top of them, or they'll just be doing it rhythmically at the same time. And because you're in this watery world, you can kind of see through the sphere to what's going on at the other side. And this becomes more and more and more important as things get faster and faster. Vico might look like a really calm and tranquil and beautiful game on the surface, but it is hardcore challenge because as the game gets faster and faster and more chaotic, your eyes go into overwhelm, and it's because of all of the reflective water graphics and the way how things ripple around, and it's bright and beautiful and colourful. Your eyes don't know where the next attack is coming from. And so you might have some sharks going around in a circle, but you'll have like a school of fish bombing it round this sphere. And so the best way to understand where things are coming from is to keep one eye on what's around your fish directly, but also where is the bombing load of fish diving round that's going to attack you, because you'll see it coming for you from the other side of the sphere. Now, your moveset is very, very simple. Up, down, left, right, and a button to boost. That boost is very helpful, but sometimes it will boost you away from one attack into a different enemy, and then that will kill you too. Games are also only saved at the end of every 5 levels, and that's across the 5 worlds that you try to get through in Vico. So you need to be able to complete all 5 levels, do the world, and then it will save your progress, and then you'll be able to leave the game and come back later, and it's a really odd mechanic. Vico also makes a lot of the fact that it's a score challenge style game and that it's for hardcore gamers. But I didn't see anywhere where my score actually affected anything for like online leaderboards or anything like that. It's all for just a local scoreboard challenge, which I think is a bit of a missed opportunity for the game itself. However, there is one thing that absolutely drives me up the wall about this game, and it's collision detection. Ah yes, if you're going to do an avoid 'em up game, you should at least get collision detection right. And sadly, Vico does not. It is wildly, and I mean wildly, inconsistent. And this is part of the frustration, and I don't know if they're trying to go, oh, but it's hardcore. No. The collision detection in this game is atrocious. And sometimes you visually don't hit anything and you'll still die. Sometimes you'll do the same thing, and I'm thinking specifically around frog lily pads and octopus tentacles. It will hit you, nothing will happen. The next time you'll be further away from the octopus and it will decide that you're dead anyway. It is just wildly inconsistent. Same as actually collecting flowers. Sometimes you don't actually physically touch them and they're decided to be collected. It's as if the game has given you complete... not complete 360 degree movement, because you can tell that you're moving across like a grid of lines that you can then go up, down, left and right on, because you can't go diagonally or anything like that. But it's as if the collision detection doesn't take into account just that one line grid. It's as if it's got a block. And that's the problem, because visually you can see you've missed something, but the game will decide you've been hit anyway. So bear that in mind going in. Also bear in mind the fact that the graphics are like super overwhelming at times and you can't make out what's going on around you because of the amount of reflectivity and the blues and the dark greys and the dark blues all kind of colliding together into like a weird over the top beautiful mess. And it makes Vico a really odd game, one that I was just like, oh for God's sake, and like hitting retry and replay to try and get more done and get further through. But that's because of its flaws as much as the fact that it's actually quite a good game as well. And so I find it's really difficult to score Vico because, yes, I found myself in an absolute rage fest making sure that I could get to the end of the game. I'm not necessarily sure that it was for my own benefit or enjoyment, though. So, yeah, make of that what you will. I've not played Vico 2, the sequel that has come out across all of the different territories. It looks like more of the same, and I'm assuming it's going to be. And I hope to God that they've made that collision detection just a wee bit better, because that's really all that it needs, and a little bit of toning down of some of the graphical feedback. And you got yourself a really cool Pacman alternative. Written review over on highplanegames.com. You guys take care. Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a completely independent media outlet supported by people like you. The goal is to create the best possible content that cultivates a richer indie scene for games as well as music and entertainment. To find out more and to get involved, visit patreon.com/higherplane network. Your support makes all the difference, and in return you'll gain access to bonus content and downloads. Thank you for watching.